I kid you not, the moment I set up my phone to actually record this video, I got a notification about my TikTok. My favorite person, BBD term, just commented on one of my videos, and now I feel like I'm about to hyperventilate. It's so much fun being literally addicted to another human being. But today's video is probably related to what I literally just said. So on TikTok, somebody left a comment on my videos asking what are my favorite video games, and I gave him this very brief synopsis. And then he agreed to me having a YouTube video where I sent him the link. This is that video. Welcome back to the Jungle Wildlings. It's your least word autistic. He's a Nami. Video games are a special interest of mine, and that's an autistic term. Hi, I'm very disabled. But, so. I'm still gonna condense it because I don't think anybody wants to hear me ramble for like 5 hours, which is definitely something I have done before. I'm autistic. I will info dump whenever given the chance, and I have been given the chance to do so. I'm gonna try to put some self-restraint on there, and look, I'm losing more weight, so there's more loose skin dangling on my arms. That happens when you lose weight naturally. I'm gonna try to bulk up a little bit more so muscle can take the space that was here. It's just loose dangling skin. And then I have this random bruise, which is another thing that's common in autistics, is we just bruise so easily. I also have hyper Daniels syndrome, however you pronounce it, is HEDS, the acronym. I bruise so freaking easily. Oh, there's my stomach. I did not eat yet today. Anyway, video first, then I will see what my favorite person commented. And then I shall eat. I already took care of my therapy cat. Theo's been fed. He's been given fresh water, all that. So, for the shortened list, I put Silent Hill Homecoming. I adored that entire series, but Homecoming is definitely my favorite. Homecoming was the first game I played, and I actually started it with my twin on her Xbox 360. They do not have a current version for my Xbox One S, which is the slim version. But you best believe I still have the Xbox 360 version. I also have it on Steam. Next, I have the Nier series, again on here. For one of my favorites, I put Nier Automata, and then in honorable mention, I put Nier Reincarnation. If you have been on my YouTube before, you know how often I play that, and I actually have 2 more videos coming out. Is it 2 or 3? I believe it's 2. And I just did like 3 in a row. This is going to break it up, and then I'm going to put the other 2. I adore specifically the Nier series. That is a prequel series. I do not remember what the first one was called, but so like Nier Automata, Nier Replicant, Nier Reincarnation, and then I can never remember what the last one is called. It's like Nier GESALT, or is it LAT? I can never remember what it's called. But I do thoroughly enjoy that. Now the sequel series, the Nier series, I feel like has more relatable protagonist. If you know what the prequel series is to Nier, you know that's where we have Zero. And Zero is a fabulous character, don't get me wrong, but I also have her in Nier Reincarnation, so I get to enjoy her without a half-baked story. I just feel like the Nier games have a better story base and more relatable characters than their prequel series did. Then I have Twilight Princess, Legend of Zelda. That one stayed from this abbreviated list. I have played the other Zelda games, but I do prefer the darker atmosphere and darker tone of Twilight Princess. Also, Wolf Link. Wolves are my favorite animals. Okay, I could hyperfixate and ramble about that too, but I'm not. I'm going to have some level of impulse control. I will. Next on this list, I have the Resident Evil series. Now on this for honorable mentions, I put Resident Evil 0. I have played all of the ones that are available on Xbox. So there was one that was exclusive to PlayStation, which I believe was called Resident Evil Maiden. It's like a prequel to Resident Evil Village. It's about someone who made it into a Lady Demetress castle. I don't know. I've never gotten the chance to play it. But I have played the original games where they're more campy, and I've played the remakes. And I love the graphics in the remakes so much better, but I also deeply enjoy the humor in the originals. I have specifically on this list Dead by Daylight Xbox. On this one, I just put Dead by Daylight. I do have the mobile version where I can play it on my phone. I use that for my sister. I have the Xbox version, obviously. That's the one I put on the list. But my twin does not, and games cost money. So the mobile version is free. So I'm learning an entirely new system for the controls and a new character because I main Pyramid Head, and he was introduced in Chapter 16. He was available on the mobile, but he is no longer available on the mobile. So now I'm learning Huntress. I don't want to play Huntress. I want to play Pyramid Head. But for the Xbox version, I feel like it just has smoother controls. Now, granted, any first-person video game will tend to make me a little bit dizzy. That is an autism thing. So I definitely prefer like a third-person shooter game, like the earlier Resident Evils. But Resident Evil 7 and 8 are first-person. They're from Ethan's point of view, and I personally loathe Ethan as a character, but I do love parts of the story, like where he's trying to find his daughter. I like the family connections. I do. I deeply and I enjoy that part. And then I have PUBG and the entire Call of Duty series. Now on this, I have PUBG and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But I enjoy the Black Ops. I like zombies. I just like it when I get to point a gun and shoot something that's virtual, because then I can't go to jail because it's not a real thing. On both lists, I have Undertale. Undertale on this one is an honorable mention. I do not like the second game that came out, and I don't even remember what it's called. Deltarune? Yes, I do remember what it's called. I did not enjoy Deltarune. I've tried the pacifist and the sadist routes. I don't remember if it's called the sadist route, but I've tried them both. Friday the 13th, that is kind of like Dead by Daylight, but you solely play as Jason, trying to get camp counselors. Just like in Dead by Daylight, they can escape, or you can stab them through a bed. On this one, not on the abbreviated one, I have Project Slender. If you're new to my channel, Project Slender is a mobile-based Slenderman game, kind of like Slender the Arrival or Slenderman 8 Pages. I do primarily play the street map just because I like it better. I like the design better. I'm autistic. I do like to simply explore maps. I feel like the street map has the most for me to explore. The forest map has Minecraft vibes, and I absolutely detest Minecraft. I have Arena of Valor next. That is also a mobile-based game. I also do want to mention mobile, what is it? It's like Mobile Adventure Bang Bang or something. Ooh, pardon me. That game I like, but I do like Arena of Valor better, so that's why I put Arena of Valor on my list. I specifically enjoy the succubus character of Vera, Veera. And then after that, I have Yandere School. That can be played on both mobile and PC. On my YouTube, you can find a playlist where I have done the mobile. I like that it tells like the story in like 2D animation, and then when you play it, it has 3D animation. It's a nice like divide of that. I do like the dual aesthetic, but I do not like the ending. The ending I still feel is complete rubbish. And then after that, I have Monster Hunter. I promise I know English. So, Monster Hunter, you basically get to like collect monsters. You travel with like a squad and everything. I particularly like the character Ember. She is like a fire-based fairy kind of thing. And then for the games only mentioned on the abbreviated list, Mortal Kombat X. That is my favorite Mortal Kombat. I don't know why I didn't put it on that list, but Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10. That has my favorite Melina. Melina is my favorite character out of all of them. She's the one I hyperfixate on. She is my special interest. I do like the other characters, but I feel like Melina has a personal connection to me where she is part beast, part beauty. I get told that I'm both. But just like Melina, I am a very fierce fighter. And I do have a monstrous side to me, let's say. I'm autistic. I have troubles controlling my strength sometimes. And I have hurt people that I do deeply care about. And to this day, I still feel regret, remorse, and guilt over that. Melina, depending on what storyline, she only lashes out because everybody hates her, and that's something that I can relate to. I also, again, the Mortal Kombat X, I do like that they actually gave her lips and then teeth, because she is part katana, part, what is it, they didn't give her Shao Kahn's DNA. Tarkatan, that's it. She's part Tarkatan. Tarkatan. I have speech impediments. My sincerest apologies to anybody that bothers. And hey, if you made it this long into the video, can I please direct your attention to the link at the top of my description, as well as the pinned comment, where you can find that same link, as well as the Cash App. My friend Amber is currently struggling. She lives in the United States. She is facing eviction. She's facing starvation. She needs as much help as she can. So if you could very kindly donate to one or the other, to one or the other, I would deeply appreciate that. But for MKX versus like MK11 or like MK3, where she was first introduced, Melina actually has a human mouth. If she's supposed to be able to pretend to be Katana, I feel like she should have a more human face. And she can easily hide the teeth by wearing like a face veil. And I do feel like where they have her wearing the complete like half face veil, that does kind of like point out that she's trying to hide something. Like, what? For the game I already mentioned, Mortal Kombat 11, I do deeply enjoy everybody else's looks. I just kind of feel like they took a piss on Melina, and considering that Melina is my favorite, I absolutely detest that game now. I was okay before they released her, but I really wanted her. And then they released her and they dog shit on her. I hate her voice and I hate her design. I understand there were issues with the contract for the original VA, but the original VA I only liked for Melina, and the new VA I only like for Katana. I don't think they should have the exact character model, and I don't think they should have the exact voice, because they are two different characters. Again, Melina is only half of Katana's DNA. Only half. That just bothers me, and that can be another video topic for a different time. But I also really like games like Bendy and the Ink Machine or Boris and the Dark Survival. There is a new Bendy game out, Bendy and the Dark Revival, that I haven't played yet. There is a My Hero Academia game that I have that I'm planning to play later on my channel sometime. I haven't played that yet, but it does look interesting. And I sincerely hope there's no copyrighted music in that. No, like, sincerely, I hope. What other games? I like Dragon Age. That one I wouldn't say was my favorite, but I do deeply enjoy those games. And then obviously The Witcher. I adore The Witcher. I do like how they made some of the characters look in the Netflix series, But it originally started with the books, then they were developed into games, and then they made a show where it takes part of both the games and the books, so it's more related to the books. But it's also very different from both of the previous mediums. So I have mixed feelings about the show, but I adore the games. I do like the last game the best because it has the best graphics, because obviously it came out later, there's more advanced technology. Like, I adore the older games, don't get me wrong, I adore them, but I do like the better graphics more because it's just, there's something in my brain where I kind of basically refuse to process the other ones. They're like too pixelated. You can tell that they're just made up of different shapes. Like, they're blocky, and I don't like that. Or I would put like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro on this list, because even though they do have newer games, it's just for the longest time ever, it was just the video game equivalent to stick figures. Another game that I don't have written down on either of them, I really like Mario World, or is it called Mario Universe, the one where it has Rosalina. Rosalina is, again, my special interest. She's the one I hyperfixate on the most out of those games, like out of those characters. I have a Mario Monopoly. I also have a Pokemon Monopoly, so you can infer that I also deeply enjoy the Pokemon games. My favorite Pokemon is Darkrai. He was once a legendary, but now he's been downgraded to a mythical, which breaks my heart so much. But I also really like Mimikyu. Mimikyu is the Pokemon that I cosplay as. I also like Digimon. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but again, I hyperfixate on Lady Devimon. I would love to cosplay her, but I don't have any of the materials necessary, and also I'm afraid to do that with the disabilities I have, especially the ones in my wrist. But yeah, like, I like a bunch of different, like, I know English, just give me a moment. Genre! For some reason I almost said flavor. But I do really enjoy, like, different genres of games. I do lean more towards the horror survival. I do like Among Us. Like, I am top tier imposter. But, yeah. I'm surprised. Like, I have lupus, which causes brain fog and short-term amnesia. So there's a bunch that even now I can't remember. And then there are ones that I'm remembering as I'm talking, but they require me to ramble, and rambling, I feel like, annoys people. But yeah. That's the video. I appreciate each of your I appreciate each of your unique existences when we're all mad here, and it's A-OK. Have a wonderful day, night, whichever time zone would you reside. If you're able, please donate to my friend. Thank you all so much for watching, and bye!